Hey guys, I am back to film a book haul and bookish goodies haul because when I was out with my cousins I got a lot of books. And then I ordered Uppercase was doing a sale on some of their old books that were signed, so I partook in that as well and got a couple bookish stuff from them. So let's get going because we have a lot of books. First off I got is the first two books in the Three Dark Crown series. I guess that's what the series is called officially, by Kendra Blake. This is in every generation on the island of Fenburn, a set of triplets is born, 3 queens, all equal heirs to the crown, each possessing a coveted magic. Maribel is an elementalist, able to spark hunger flames or vicious storms at the snap of her fingers. Catherine is a poisoner who can ingest the deadliest poisons without so much as a stomachache. Aronine is a naturalist said to have the ability to bloom the reddest rose and control the fiercest of lions. But becoming the queen crowned isn't solely a matter of royal birth. Each sister has to fight for it, and it's not just a game of win or lose, it's life or death. The night the sisters turn 16, the battle begins. The last queen standing gets the crown. So I got the first 2 books in the series. I thought it sounded interesting, so I figured I would pick them up. I think there's 4 or 5 books in the series. I saw a little one that was I guess compilation side stories from it, and then I think there's a 3rd book, and I think a 4th one's coming out in September, but don't quote me on it. The next one that I ended up getting is The Night Circus. Shay Geeks Out really likes this one, so I thought it would be interesting to get. Everyone seems to really like it. The circus arrives without warning, no announcement or precedes it. It is simply there, when yesterday it was not. Within the black and white striped canvas tents is an utterly unique experience full of breathtaking amazement. It's called the Le Circus de Rivers, and it's only open at night. But behind the scenes, a fierce competition is underway, a duel between 2 young magicians. Celia and Marco, who have been training since childhood expressly for the purpose of their merciful instructors. Unbeknownst to both of them, this game is one in which only one can be left standing. So I thought it sounded really cool, so I definitely had to snag that one. The next one that I got, I think I got this one from Target, was The Last Magician. It just sounded interesting. I was reading the books back there and it sounded really cool. Stop the magician, steal the books, save the future. In modern day New York, magic is all but extinct. The remaining few who have an affinity for magic, the Magus, live in the shadows, hiding who they are. Any Magus who enters Manhattan becomes trapped in the brink, a dark energy barrier that confines them to the island. Crossing it means losing their power and often their lives. Estra is a talented thief, and she's been raised to steal magical artifacts from the sinister order that created the brink. With her innate ability to manipulate time, Estra can pilfer from the past, collecting the artifacts before the order even realizes she's there. And all of Estra's training has been for one final job, traveling back to 1902 to steal an ancient book containing the secrets of the Order and the Brink before the magicians can destroy it and doom the Magus to a hopeless future. So, sounds really cool. I was like, I will buy you, Mr. Book. This one I also found, I had, I think a 20%, 25 or 20, I think it was 25, was it 25? I think it was a 25% off coupon. I got a couple of them from Barnes & Noble. So when I was out with my cousins, I was looking through the books and checking compared on Amazon and trying to find books that I had on my wish list that were not, that the 25% off was a better sale than if I bought them off of Amazon. And this one was definitely one of them, so it's Stolen Time. It's a really cool cover. Centuries tore them apart, fate will bring them together. So, it's, hello receipts. So I paid $13.73 for this book. Seattle 1913. Dorothy is trapped, forced to wed a wealthy man so she and her mother can live comfortably for the rest of their life. She'll do anything to escape, including sneaking away from her wedding and bolting into the woods to disappear. New Seattle 2077. Ash is on a mission. Rescue the professor, his mentor, who figured out the secret to time travel, so together they can put things right in their devastated city. But endless jumping through time has left Ash plagued by pre-memories of what's to come, a violent death, and his heart torn apart. When Dorothy collides with Ash, she sees it as her chance to start fresh. She'll stow away in his plane and begin a new life wherever they land. Then she wakes up in a future that's been ripped apart by earthquakes and floods, where vicious gangs rule the submerged city streets, and a small group of intrepid travelers from across the time are fighting against the odds to return things to normal. What Dorothy doesn't know is that she could hold the key to unraveling the past, but her arrival may spell Ash's ultimate destruction. So cool. So cool. Ugh. And then I think, this is the only book that I ended up getting that was actually an adult book. I got this one from Target. It was like the same price that Amazon had it right now, so I just grabbed it. It's The Silent Patient. It was in, I think, the last Unplugged book box, the first adult one that they brought out. Basically, this one is about a woman who's in like this really perfect marriage. She's like grand house, you know, married to a fashion photographer, like everything's perfect. She comes home from work, well, her husband comes home from work late, and then she basically shoots him 5 times in the head and then never speaks a word. And then basically she ends up in a psychiatric ward, and a criminal psychologist is trying to figure out her. So, as a psychology major, this sounded like amazing to me, so I was like, I need this in my life, like right now. This sounds amazing. So I ended up getting that one. So those are all the books that I got from the bookstores or Target, or, yeah, I think it was mostly the bookstores or Target. The rest of these are books that came from Uppercase. So first off is this one. They did put it in the little baggie. Let's see what's in here. I did order a few little things. So here's the bookmark that I ordered, Not All Who Wander Are Lost by J.R. Tolkien. I just thought it was really pretty, and it's one of the wood bookmarks, and I don't own any of those, so I thought that was neat. And then I ended up getting another one, which is I Am a Master of My Fate, I Am the Captain of My Soul. William Ernest Henley. I also thought that one looked really cool, so I did get that one as well. And then I got a sticker. It says I love books, and it's a kitty cat. I'm gonna put it on my Kindle. That's why I bought it, to put it on my Kindle. And then the book that I ended up getting was Mary Lou Warcross, Player, Hunter, Hacker, Pawn. This is signed, and it was like $5. So obviously the shipping made it a lot more, but that's why I added some like booky goodies to it to like make it not seem like so crazy. The obsession started 10 years ago, and its fan base now spans the globe, some eager to escape from reality and others hoping to make a profit. Struggling to make ends meet, teenage hacker Mika Chen works as a bounty hunter, tracking down Warcross players who bet on the game illegally. But the bounty hunting world is a competitive one, and survival has not been easy. To make some quick cash, Amika takes a risk and hacks into the opening game of the International Warcross Championships, only to accidentally glitch herself into the action and become an overnight sensation. Convinced she's going to be arrested, she's shocked when instead she gets a call from the game creator, the elusive young billionaire with an irresistible offer. He needs a spy on the inside of the year's tournament in order to uncover a security problem, and he wants her for the job. With no time to lose, she's whisked off to Tokyo and thrust into a world of fame and fortune that she's only dreamed of. But soon her investigation uncovers a sinister plot with major consequences for the entire Warcross empire. So I thought that one sounded really interesting, so I figured I would snag it. Plus, it's always nice when books are signed. A book, you know, $5 for a signed book is pretty darn awesome in my opinion. And then, last but not least, this one did not come in a little bag, but I got Crow of Feathers, which is also one that Shay Geeks Out I know did get, and I think she's reading it for the fantasy readathon she's doing. So there is the signed thing. Signed book. I had a sister once. In a world ruled by fierce warrior queens, a grand empire was built upon the backing of phoenix riders, legendary warriors who soared through the sky on the wings of fire, until a war between two sisters ripped it apart. I promised her the throne would not come between us. 17 years later, Yavanka is a war orphan who dreams of becoming a phoenix rider like the heroes of old. After a shocking betrayal from her controlling sister, she strikes out alone to find the riders, even if that means disguising herself as a boy to join the ranks. But it is a fact of life that one must kill or be killed, rule or be ruled. Just as Yavanka finally feels like she belongs, her sister turns up and reveals the tangled webs of lies between them that will change everything. And meanwhile, the new empire has learned of the riders' return and intends to destroy them once and for all. Sometimes the title of queen is given, sometimes it must be taken. Crown of Feathers is an epic fantasy about love's incredible power to save or to destroy. Interspersed throughout is the story of something, the last rider queen who would rather see her empire burn than have it fall into her sister's hands. So there is that book. So those are the two books that I got from Uppercase from their past boxes. They had a bunch of them, but I just tried to pick the ones that sounded interesting to me, plus like shipping was like insane, frankly, in my opinion. So that is my book haul. I bought a lot of things. So many books. I need to like organize my books. I mean, that's a problem. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this book haul. I will see you guys later for the next video. Everyone have a very good rest of the day. Bye!